Sovete omnes. Hodie legemus partem quator de libro cuius nomen est Ritchie's Fābulae Facilēs. Hello everyone. Today we will read part 4 of the book whose name is Ritchie's Easy Stories. We'll be using the version produced by Jeffrey Stedman. Follow along as I read the whole section and see what parts you can understand. Then we'll go line by line, translating and discussing any hard grammar. Incipiamus. Let's begin. Quator. Perseus gets his outfit. Perseus ubi haec audivit, ex insula discessit, et postquam ad continentum vinet, Medusam quae sivit. Diu frustra quarebat, namque naturam loci ignorabat. Tandem Apollo et Minerva viam demonstraverant. Primum ad greas sorores Medusae pervenit. Ab his terraria et gallium magicam accepit. Apollo autem et Minerva falcum et speculum dederunt. Tum postquam talaria pedibus induit in aera ascendit. Diu per aera volabat. Tamen ad eum locum venit, ubi Medusa cum ceteris gorgonibus habitabat. Gorgones autem monstra erat, specie horribili. Capita inem earum, anguibus omnino contecta erant. Manus etiam ex aere factae erant. Bene. Perseus ubi haec audivit. So here ubi is when. So when Perseus heard these things, neuter plural, he went out of the island and afterwards came, venit, ad continentum, to the continent. A more idiomatic translation might be the mainland. Quae sivit, Medusam. He saw Medusa. Diu frustra quaerebat. So for a long time, Diu, he was seeking in vain, or frustratedly, because, namque, ignorabat, he was ignorant of the nature of the place. Naturam here is an accusative, because it's object of ignorabat, and then locis in the genitive, and it goes with naturam. He was ignorant. I guess the direct thing, he was ignorant to the nature of the place. But an idiomatic translation, he would be he was ignorant of the nature of the place. Tandem, so at length, or finally, Apollo et Minerva, viam demonstraverunt. So finally, or at length, Apollo and Minerva demonstrated to him, or showed the way. Note there's no dative here saying that they showed it to him, but that's implied based on the context. Primum ad greas sorores Medusa pervenet. So first, he came to the greas, the sisters of Medusa. Ab his, so from these ones, talaria et gallium magicam accepit. He accepted, or he received, winged sandals, talaria, and a magic helmet. Apollo, however, and Minerva gave him, dederunt, gave to him, ae, there we have a dative. What did they give him? Falcum et speculum. They gave him a falx, which is a sickle, and a mirror, a speculum. Tum postquam talaria pedibus induit. Then after he put on the winged shoes on his feet, we're given a little note here that pedibus is the dative plural with a compound verb, induit, meaning he put the shoes on his feet. If you saw that and thought ablative, that wouldn't be correct, but you still probably would have produced the correct translation of he's putting the shoes on his feet. He ascended into the air. because he's wearing winged shoes. So of course he can fly. Diu per aera volabat. So for a long time, Diu, he was flying through the air. Be careful on volabat. Sometimes students think that has to do with vult, to want, but it doesn't. It has to do with volare, which is to fly. Tandem tamen ad eum locum venit, ubi medusa cum ceteris gorgonibus habitabat. However, finally, so tamen, however, finally, or at length, tandem, he came, venit, to the place, ad eum locum, where, ubi, medusa cum ceteris gorgonibus, Medusa with the rest of the Gorgons, habitabat, was living. Gorgones autem monstra erant, specie horribili. However, the Gorgons were monsters, monstra. Accusative nominative of monstrum, which is neuter there. So the Gorgons were monsters. And then we have specie horribile, which you have a little note here telling you it's the ablative of quality. So they're in the ablative, and they tell you what quality the monster has had. They had a horrible appearance. Inem, for, you could translate that, or namely, they had a horrible appearance. Namely, capita earum, their heads were covered. Contecta erant. So contecta is the past passive participle, and that's given to you in your word list here. If you think of a tectum on a house is a roof, so contectum is the past passive participle, so their heads were covered with entirely, omnino is an adverb there. What were they covered with? With snakes. Manus etiam ex aerae factae eriant. Yet, etiam, the hands were made, erant, factae erant, were made. So there we've got another past passive participle. Ex aerae. Now you have to be a little careful here, because aera meaning air and ais meaning bronze share some similar looking forms. Here it's out of bronze. And they note that for you. Bene. I'll see you in the next video.